Welcome in. Today we are cracking the code on a huge piece of the US financial system, especially for non-residents. So, if you've been trying to build a financial life in America but just keep hitting one roadblock after another, you have definitely come to the right place. Let's get right into it. Does this sound familiar? You're working hard, you've got income, but the second you try to do something as simple as open a bank account or, just file your taxes properly, bam, you hit a wall. It can feel like this invisible financial barrier, all because you don't have a social security number. And it is an incredibly frustrating and very real struggle for so many. It really just boils down to this. You've got the resources, you've got the drive, but you're missing the one specific key you need to unlock the whole system. The good news? There is a solution. And today, we're going to show you exactly what that key is, and more importantly, how you can get your hands on it. And that key, my friends, is the ITIN. That stands for Individual Taxpayer Identification Number. Think of it as the master key that opens the door to filing taxes, getting bank accounts, and really starting to build a solid financial foundation here in the US. Now, before we get into the nuts and bolts of how you get one, if these kinds of guides for navigating the US system are helpful for you, just take a quick second and hit that subscribe button. It honestly helps us make more content to help you and a lot of other people out. Okay, so what is an ITIN officially? Well, it's a tax processing number, and it's issued by the IRS. The main reason it exists is to make sure that everybody, no matter their immigration status, can follow U.S. tax laws. Now, this next part is absolutely crucial to understand what an ITIN is and what it isn't. You can totally use it to file your federal tax returns and to open some bank accounts. But let's be crystal clear here. It is not a work permit. It does not give you Social Security benefits, and it has zero impact on your immigration status. Getting that distinction right is so important. So who's this for then? Who actually needs one? Well, generally, it's for a few groups. Non-resident aliens who have to file a tax return, resident aliens who can't get a Social Security number, and even the spouses or dependents of U.S. citizens or residents who don't have an SSN of their own. All right, let's get practical. Time to roll up our sleeves. Section 2 is all about getting your documents in order. We're going to go through the exact application checklist you'll need. So there are 3 core pieces to this puzzle. First, you've got Form W-7, that's the official application. Second, you'll usually need to attach a completed federal income tax return right along with it. And third, you have to provide proof of who you are and your foreign status. Now, the absolute easiest, simplest way to prove your identity is with a valid passport. It's what we call the gold standard because it's the only document that knocks out 2 things at once. It proves your identity and your foreign status. It just makes the whole process so much smoother. But hey, what if you don't have a passport? Don't worry, there's a plan B. You'll just need to provide at least 2 other official documents. So this could be a combo, like maybe your national ID card plus a birth certificate, or something like a foreign voter's registration card. Okay, once your documents are all gathered up, you actually have 3 different ways you can apply. So let's walk through each path, and you can figure out which one makes the most sense for you. Option A is the classic, the mail-in method. You package up your Form W-7, your tax return, and your original documents and mail them to the IRS office in Austin, Texas. The big thing to remember here, and this is a big one, is that you'll be without your original documents, like your passport, for several weeks. Now, option B can be a whole lot easier for many people. You can use something called a Certified Acceptance Agent, or a CAA. This is a real game changer because they are authorized by the IRS to verify your original documents for you. That means you do not have to mail your passport to the IRS. Huge relief, right? And finally, option C, you can go in person. You can actually book an appointment at a designated IRS Taxpayer Assistance Center. They'll review your documents right there on the spot, and you get to take them home with you that same day. Okay, let's just pause and take a quick breath. We've just covered some pretty specific technical steps. I just want to check in. Is this guide helping to clear the fog a bit? Are these options starting to make sense? If this is helpful at all, do me a favor and hit that like button. It's a super simple way to let us know we're on the right track. And hey, if you're actually planning to apply, comment ITIN down below. It's really cool to see the community of people taking action together. All right, so you've done it. You've submitted your application. What happens now? What can you expect? Let's dive into the timeline and the upkeep you'll need to do to keep your ITIN active once you have it. So, the waiting game. Typically, you should expect to wait about 7 to 11 weeks for processing. But, and this is a big but, That waiting period can get a lot longer during peak tax season, so a word to the wise, try to apply as early as you possibly can. And this next point, this is critical. An ITIN will actually expire if you don't use it on a federal tax return for 3 years in a row. If that happens, you have to go through this entire application process all over again. So the takeaway here is really simple. Use it or lose it. Okay, you now have the knowledge. The next most important part is turning that knowledge into action and officially starting your financial journey here in the USA. So let's quickly cover your immediate next steps. I want you to remember that getting your ITN is so much more than just paperwork. It is you taking charge and clearing the first and honestly the biggest hurdle on your path to financial stability and peace of mind in this country. It really is the foundation for everything else. And to make this as simple as possible for you to get going, we've put the direct links to the official Form W-7 and the directory to find a certified acceptance agent right in the description below. Everything you need to get the ball rolling is right there. So we'll leave you with this one final thought. Now that you have the map, you have the key, what is the very first financial goal you plan to achieve with it? Drop your answer in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching.